back to my channel. Today is a little different video because as you can see, this is my mom. Now, you're probably thinking, why the heck is your mom there? And why the heck is she Mexican? Well, today we are going to find that out. So what is today's video called, Mom?
Natalia's adoption story.
What?
Oh, I didn't tell you? Oh, you're adopted.
Just kidding. I knew that. I knew that because both my parents are Mexican, and as you can see, I'm chocolate. So, duh. So anyways, so we're just gonna get started. We're gonna kind of give you a backstory. Well, she is, because the backstory, I wasn't quite on this earth yet. So she's gonna give you a little backstory, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about how it's affected me. Mom, take it away.
About 6 months before Natalia, BN, that I just made that up.
Like BC.
And we were just praying and praying. I forgot to give us a child at the time. That year would have been, we were about to celebrate our 13th anniversary. We had talked about adoption before, but we just never acted upon it because of fear. Until at the time it was our pastor's wife, and she asked if we had talked about adoption before, and then she went on to tell us why we should and how to do it and so forth. So she said, just pray about it and let me know. We decided to go ahead and do it. So we talked to the pastor's wife and we told her, yes, I think we are ready for this. So she goes, okay, well, I'll keep my ears open and I'll let you know if anything comes up. 3 weeks after that, y'all, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
There's a phone call that just came in, a single mom, and she gave me the spiel. She said, just let me know if you want to meet me at the hospital. She was just born an hour ago. It is a girl. And so talk to your husband and meet me at the hospital if you're interested. We went, it was a Wednesday night after he got off of work. We went to the hospital. They pointed her to us and we thought, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And we got to see her first sponge bath and we got to feed her first bottle. It was amazing. But everything was happening so quickly that I couldn't
Comprehend.
just
Like get it in. Yeah.
take it in.
I mean, keep in mind, guys, like they made the decision that they're gonna think about it, and then 3 weeks later they get the call, and then it's kind of like a boom, 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 boom. She's having the baby now, and you can come to the hospital now, and you can feed her a bottle like now. And so it's kind of like it's not just like, okay, well, we have a few weeks to take it. Like it's now. So that's why it was kind of like, what's happening?
We thought it was going to be for at least a year.
That's how a lot of
so.
adoption stories are.
We did our paperwork that weekend. A young lady at the police station told us, oh my goodness, y'all are doing the right thing because I'm adopted and I love my parents. And so also the person that we went to at the front office, at the doctor's office to do a physical, she said the same thing. She said that she knew someone that was adopted. She told us that it was an amazing thing to do. And so God was just confirming time and time again His promise to us of a child. When she came out of the hospital that Friday, she was born healthy, everything, no complications. God just placed people and gave us everything.
Yeah.
Just we just said yes. And He just
Did everything else.
put everything in place, everything at the right timing. So we knew without a shadow of a doubt that was God. And this child belonged to us and we belonged to her. I always said, we didn't adopt her, she adopted us. It was kind of slow to process for me because everything happened that way. We brought her home on Saturday. The next day, it was Resurrection Sunday, and that was our first day as a family in church together. So God gave us our chocolate bunny. Mama baby. baby girl. And so anyway, she is an amazing young lady, and we love her. I was carrying her in my arms and rocking her to sleep, and I think that's when just I realized God's love for us and how He adopted us. I had her in my arms, rocking her to sleep. I understood God's love, and it was just overwhelming. Just reckless love of God. That I understood the reckless love of God that day. That was 16 years ago. Chiefs, the greatest joy. Parents of natural or adopted children, pray. Pray, 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 pray without ceasing. Pray specifically and pray with God's heart, because that's what He has for us. Don't worry, because He will work everything for the good of those who love Him.
The plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future.
And a future. I've always prayed for her. I prayed with her, and we talk a lot.
I'm safe to say my mom is my BFF.
Yes.
Because
And there's nothing wrong with that, girls.
No.
You should be
BFFs with your mom.
BFFs with your moms. And if you're not,
No, don't say stuff like that, please.
okay.
If you're not, Anyways, we talk about things that typical mother-daughter probably wouldn't talk about. And it's a blessing. And as much as it's awkward sometimes, because people are like, we should go here. I'm like, I'd rather hang out with my mom, but thanks. First of all, I have wise counsel, not stupid counsel, because you can't be saved from someone who's in there with you. You got to be saved from someone who's higher, above. I got that from Pastor Michael Todd. But so having wise counsel is number one, but also just having someone to lean on that has experience in things, because we're teenagers. I can talk to another teenager about something, but they may not have the same experience that I've gone through. But talking to someone who's older, it's a lot different, because it's like, I've been there, I've went through that, I've made mistakes in this, and I've thrived in this area. So let me help you. Let me teach you certain things. So that's really what is a blessing. And so let me just give you a little backstory on growing up adopted. I loved it, because I always asked her, well, when did you tell me I was adopted? Because honestly, in the movies and stuff like that, the kids, they sit the kids down and they're like, sweetheart, you're adopted. And the kid's like, no! I never had that, sit down, let's talk. So I just grew up confident in the fact that I'm adopted. And just like Christ adopted us, so my privilege is that I was adopted twice. It was not a handicap or anything like that. It was never treated as, oh, sweetie, you're adopted, so you don't get it. It was always I have a privilege. I grew up with that kind of mindset, whereas I've heard other stories of people that it was hard for them to come to grips with the fact that they're adopted, which it's cool to hear different perspectives of it, but it's also cool to hear that, I never had an issue with it. I loved it, in fact, and I've always seen them as my parents. I get asked that all the time, well, don't you want to meet, your mom? No. Don't you want to meet your dad? No. Not really. I have them right here. The people that raised me are my parents, you know what I mean? The other people are birth givers, or conceivers, you know what I mean? But these are my parents. The people that make me who I am are my parents. And so that's pretty much how I grew up with it. I've always grown up with it as a privilege, and as I've been confident in it.
The pastor's wife back then, the good counsel she gave me, because she adopted her girl
daughter,
too.
Yeah.
She said, always speak with the truth and always rely on God's word. And that's it. That's
the Bible says we've been adopted.
We are adopted by Him. And that's how much He loves us. So there's no difference.
Yeah.
No difference.
At all.
He loves us a lot more than we'll ever love.
Yeah.
I always taught her that. You know, it's like
Yeah.
just the way God adopted us, that's how we adopted you. And now she wants to adopt. When
I'm gonna adopt like 12.
When she gets
Okay,
married.
not 12.
How you teach your kids and how you
You think about it, honestly.
think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
just,
a lot of people, when they approach me on it, they feel awkward. Like, oh, well, so, like, is it, no? Like, I have no issue. Like, I've never grown up with an issue of like, well, I don't get it. Like, who are my parents? And I'm confused. Like, I've never had that. Like, I'm cool, man. Like, I've never had an identity issue
no.
of any kind about that. When you approach someone like that, like, don't think it's awkward. Like, just, like, if you're gonna approach me on it, like, just talk to me. If I'm struggling with who I am as a child, who do I go to? Since she's raised me, like, I automatically adapt to some of her traits.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm just gonna go, like, with certain things, like facial expressions, like, I've adapted to it. Like,
Especially my husband's.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, his jokes, like, if
Yeah.
you know me, like, you know, they're the stupidest jokes you've ever heard. They make you laugh.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you guys aren't faking laughing. But, you know, like, seriously, like, you adapt things like that.
Yeah.
And so,
In the
if
natural.
in the natural, but in the same as the spiritual.
Yeah.
If I'm ever struggling, like wondering, okay, well, who am I as a child? Like, I go to my parents because they, first of all, know me the most, and then second of all, like, they are half of me. As us being children of God, like, if you're ever struggling with, oh God, who am I? Like, you go to the book, and who He says you are, like, that's who you are. So you don't have parents that you can go to and really, like, trust and tell things to. Just honestly, like, I'm struggling, God, of who I am. Because He's your ultimate daddy. That's your dad. So you go to Him and you look at the Word. Who does He say you are? Who does He say you are in His Word? Who does He say you are? Ask Him. Like, who do you say I am? He'll tell you. And then, brothers and sisters in Christ, like, hey guys, I'm struggling. Like, I need help. I need encouragement. True brothers and sisters in Christ will encourage you
Mature.
in who you are. Not just, if you're struggling with something, they're not just going to be like, you're fine, you're fine. No. It's going to be, they're going to talk about real issues with you, but they're going to encourage you in them. So I just encourage you, go to the family. We're just a big family. The father and the kids. So I just encourage you to go to the family. Last year we adopted Rem. Remington actually is his name, but Rem for short. He has such a testimony. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more videos of me and my Padre, and next, me and my Padre, then comment down below and let me know. That rhymed. That was really good. That was actually pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed, and love ya.
Bye.